Hello and welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. On this particular cricket show, two matches that happened in the Indian Premier League 2018. 18th match of the Indian Premier League was played between Kolkata Knight Riders and Kings 11 Punjab. And Kings 11 Punjab in a rain-affected match, which was decided the Duckworth-Lewis method with a revised target of 125 to win in 13 overs given to the Kings 11 Punjab. Well, I can say Gayle Rahul and Gayle rattled along beautifully to give them the victory and put Kings 11 Punjab on the top of IPL 2018, displacing the Kolkata Knight Riders from that pedestal there. So that is one match that I will be talking about. And the 19th match that happened of the Indian Premier League. The match was being played between Delhi Daredevils and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Oh, what a blitzkrieg knock from AB de Villiers. Delhi Daredevils definitely posted a very good total, I would say, 174 for 5. But Royal Challengers Bangalore were totally equal to the challenge, especially thanks to that AB de Villiers. Really a punishing knock, one could say. He was really going off like an aeroplane there as he smashed 90 of just 39 deliveries, which included 10 fours and 5 sixes to take Royal Challengers Bangalore to victory. So these are the two matches that I'll be talking about, and also have a brief look at two matches that are coming up tomorrow. That's on a Sunday in the Indian Premier League. One is and two cracker of games coming up. One is Rajasthan Royals taking on the Mumbai Indians in the Pink City in Jaipur, in the bastion of Rajasthan Royals, one could say, and Sunrisers Hyderabad taking on the Chennai Super Kings in their homeland at Hyderabad. And as I said, two cracker of games coming up on a Sunday to be a wonderful treat for all the cricket fans there in India. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, now it's time to talk about those matches. So I'm heading to the 18th match which happened between Kings 11 Punjab and Kolkata Knight Riders. Ravichandran Ashwin, winning the toss, decided that he would put the Kolkata Knight Riders to bat first. Well, there was immediate success for the Kings 11 Punjab bowlers, and this was a good ploy on the part of Ravichandran Ashwin to actually first give Aniket Rajput the ball, and Aniket Rajput definitely bowled a good line. He pitched, he did not give anything hittable, but the good thing was that the offie Mujibur Rahman disposed of Sunil Narine for just one run, and consuming 4 balls. So that was a big wicket. So that's the first victory that the Kings 11 Punjab got by getting Sunil Narine out of the equation. And then it was left to Chris Lynn and Robin Uthappa. And I have to say, even though they suffered the loss of Narine, there was a wonderful partnership that ensued, which added 76 runs to the good, and it was done very well. In fact, as you know, the first wicket fell in 1.3 overs, and after that, one could say it was brilliant stuff coming from Chris Lynn and Robin Uthappa. Almost in 6-point odd overs, they smashed 76 runs, which was pretty good, 72 runs to be precise, as they took on the score too. So it's almost like going at 12 runs per over. Robin Uthappa was really smoking the ball to all parts of the field. Other end, Chris Lynn is someone who really stands and delivers. He does not have a lot of full feet movement. He relies on the power and timing to scan the ball on the aerial route, and that's what he precisely did. And one saw that one really was very impressed by the batting of Robin Uthappa, especially the way he tackled Mujibur Rahman and put him off and forced Ashwin to actually remove him from the firing line. He started hitting him on the leg side for glorious boundaries, for a lot of boundaries, and that really made Ashwin rethink his decision, and he was forced to bring Mujibur Rahman out of the attack. Shran got some severe treatment at the hands of Chris Lynn. Chris Lynn is someone who is very good against the pace bowlers, as we have seen. And I thought Chris Lynn also played a very smart game at that. He decided that he would respect the spinners like Mujibur Rahman and the other bowlers and Ashwin, but when it came to pace, there was no stopping Chris Lynn. At the other end, Robin Uthappa, we know, is a very good player of spin bowling. And that was going on, and finally, as you know, Robin Uthappa has always been a victim of Ravichandran Ashwin, and Ashwin once again scalped his wicket as he got him caught by Nair for 34 of 23 deliveries, which included 5 fours and 1 6. So after that, Rana unfortunately was loitering down the crease, and that found him short. He was run out for 3, so that was a very silly run out, one could say. But the other end, Chris Lynn was still growing strong at that particular stage. And then he got the company of the captain, Dinesh Karthik, who hammered 43 of 28 balls with 6 fours. But after that, but before that, Chris Lynn departed after doing a good job. Andy Tye was really on the money, and he actually took the very important wicket of Chris Lynn, dismissing him for 74 of 41 balls, 6 fours and 4 sixes. And then there was some joy for the KKR bowlers, as the wicket that they took were important wickets. Shran picked up the wicket of Karthik for 43. Andre Russell was picked up by Shran for 10 of 7 with 2 fours. And after that, in the 5 overs, I thought in the final overs, they could not capitalize, with Shubman Gill not out on 14 of 8 balls with 2 fours. Tom Curran was a victim of tie for 1. Chawla was not out 2, and the Kings XI Punjab the KKR, I'm extremely sorry for intermingling things, and it was the Kings XI Punjab who ended up with 191 for 7 of their 20 overs. The bowling, Ankit Rajput, 3 overs was costly, 32 runs. Mujibur Rahman, 4 overs, 1 for 32. Shran was very costly, 4 overs, 2 for 50. Andy Tye bowled a good line, 4 overs, 2 for 30. Ravichandran Ashwin, 4 overs, 1 for 33. Yuvraj Singh bowled 1 over, which got slammed for 13. Now, Kings XI Punjab were given it was because of the rain that they had to actually prune down the overs, and it resulted in a revised target given to the Kings XI Punjab of chasing 125 runs in 13 overs. Gayle Rahul and Chris Gayle got off to a wonderful start. One thing I have to tell you, that Gayle Rahul was handling Shivam Mevi, the express pace bowler, very well by hitting him for a few boundaries, creaming him through the offside, and also hitting him square of the wicket as well. But as far as Chris Gayle was concerned, I thought Shivam Mevi bowled very well to Chris Gayle. In fact, rattled Chris Gayle with some real pace and bounce, and also Chris Gayle was beaten a couple of times as well. So Chris Gayle, definitely, I would say Shivam Mevi definitely winning the battle against Chris Gayle and definitely stopping him in its tracks. But for Gayle, it didn't matter. Shivam Mevi was someone he was difficult to handle, but it didn't matter as Gayle went after Andre Russell, his teammate, and deposited him for sixes and boundaries at plenty. And then Sunil Narine was taken care of. Sunil Narine definitely bowled well, but still he also was dealt well by both Gayle and Rahul. And Piyush Chawla came into the attack, and he was slammed for 24 runs in 2 overs. Chris Gayle going after him big time. Kuldeep Yadav's 1 over cost 13, and in that and we saw some beautiful shots coming in from KL Rahul. Look at that knock of KL Rahul. KL Rahul was really peaking. He just carried 60 runs of just 27 deliveries with 9 fours and 2 sixes. He was the only victim as Sunil Narine picked up his wicket, but he created immense damage to the KKR bowling attack. And Chris Gayle was still there when the victory came by the Duckworth Lewis method. When he took the Kings XI Punjab past 125, they ended at 126 for 1. The match was completed in the 11.1 overs. Gayle was not out on a princely 62, which came off just 38 and with 5 fours and 6 sixes. And this is some signs are very ominous here, I would say, for the opposition. And let's say Chris Gayle's bat is doing the talking, and now it has got Kings 11 Punjab on the top of the IPL 2018 table and take above Kings 11 Punjab and Chris Gayle and also Gayle Rahul. Mayank Agarwal was not out into game over, and this was a victory for the Kings 11 Punjab. Lokesh Rahul was given the man of the match award for his splendid batting. Now the focus shifts on to the next match. We talk about the 19th match of the Indian Premier League 2018, which is being played. The match was played between Delhi Daredevils and Royal Challengers Bangalore. I always felt that the Delhi Daredevils team basically lack a bit of teeth in their bowling, and how right I was, I feel, because the toss was actually won by, I'm trying to see, actually it was Royal Challengers actually winning the toss, and they decided to insert Delhi Daredevils to bat first. Well, it was a very good toss to win to me for the Royal Challengers captain Kohli, and he was pretty justified. And there was a very good captaincy ploy by Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli probably has looked into the stats that Jason Roy has been a victim of leg spin on many an occasion. So he decided that he would get Umesh Yadav partnering Chris Wokes, but he brought in Yuzvendra Chahal as he saw that there was not much happening, even though Yadav managed to pick up the wicket of Gautam Gambhir by getting him caught by Chahal for 3 of 10 deliveries. Yuzvendra Chahal was pressed in pretty early by Virat Kohli, and Chahal did not disappoint. He got a ball to skid through the Jason Roy's defences, beating for real pace there, and went on to hit the stumps. And Jason Roy has gone bowled by Chahal for 5 of just 16 balls, so he definitely could not get going today, and Chahal complicated matters. And then, so this was a time when Delhi Daredevils were really struggling at 23 for 2, and then came the partnership. Now this was a partnership which was happening between Shreyas Iyer at one end and Rishabh Pant at the other end. Rishabh Pant is someone who relies on raw power to send the ball into the pickets or over the pickets, and that's what he precisely was doing. He was picking up the length early and smashing them through the line. And another good thing about Rishabh Pant is that he plays in the V, and that's another very good quality of a good batsman. And he plays in the V. He prefers to hit the ball straight, which is very great to see, and it's a wonderful talent according to me. And Shreyas Iyer on the other hand teed off earlier than Rishabh Pant by sending a lot of boundaries. In fact, if you look at the bowling there, Umesh Yadav was intelligently used by Virat Kohli. He decided to bowl out Umesh Yadav before even the death overs come. So, and Umesh Yadav did a good job. 4 overs, 1 for 27. Chris Wokes was hammered by the pair of Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer, and then Mohammad Siraj also, and also Washington Sundar was slapped for some wonderful sixes by Shreyas Iyer. And Rishabh Pant, as you know, with his raw power, he can really belt any bowler. And suddenly this partnership started doing what Delhi Daredevils direly needed after being 23 for 2 after 5.4 overs, as the total started galloping from 23 for 2, and it was a very good partnership, a 65-run partnership that happened. And was very well done with Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant in the middle. But Washington Sundar was the one who saw the back of Shreyas Iyer after Shreyas Iyer made an entertaining 52 of just 31 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 3 sixes. Rishabh Pant was there in the middle. Maxwell failed to the bat. He was a victim of Chahal pretty early, and then Rishabh Pant himself perished only at the fag end of the innings. He was there with an innings which was really laced with boundaries and sixes, as he was a victim of the bowling of Anderson. He scored 85 of just 48 deliveries, which included 6 fours and 7 sixes. In the end, Tapatia was not out on 13 of 9 with 3 boundaries. Morris was not out on naught, and the Delhi Daredevils team finished up with 174 for 5 on the board. The bowling, as I said, Umesh Yadav A very good bowling spell from him. 4 overs 1 for 27, very smartly used by the RCB captain Virat Kohli. Chris Wokes 4 overs 40 runs, no wicket. Chahal 3 overs 2 for 22. Mohammad Siraj 4 overs none for 35. Washington Sundar 4 overs 1 for 31. Anderson 1 over which went for 10 runs with 1 wicket. Now Royal Challengers Bangalore were posed with the challenge of actually making 175 runs from 20 overs, and the start was not good. Manan Vora was made to open the innings today with Quinton de Kock, and that resulted in Manan Vora being dismissed very early in the piece as Glenn Maxwell, the off spinner, actually picked up his wicket by getting him out for 2. That was wicket number 1. And then when the score reached 29, Quinton de Kock looking good on 18, run out in 18 of 16 deliveries, 1-4 and 1-6. And that made the score 29 for 2. And then there were 2 kings in the middle of the pitch. And I'm talking about none other than the captain Virat Kohli and the other one himself, another king in the cricket market, AB de Villiers, and both pasted the bowlers for 4s and 6s, and especially AB de Villiers was getting into his element. He was striking the ball well. He was able to send the ball on the aerial route on a lot of occasions, and Virat Kohli was also sighting the ball well, and this partnership was rolling along well because before there was a stunning catch taken. Virat Kohli was the partnership was doing well, and the score had reached 92 at the halfway mark in the 11th over. 10.6 overs, and in the 11th over, Harshal Patel bowled a delivery which Virat Kohli picked it, and one knew for a fact that the ball was going to sail over the head of Trent Boult, and what a catch from Trent Boult. It was a real stunner. A lot of people are still talking about it on Twitter and other things. It was a stunning catch, and what was really more important about that catch was Trent Boult, normally a left-hander, took this catch with his right hand, and that was a real stunner. And Virat Kohli was walking back to the pavilion after making 30 of 26 deliveries, which included 2 4s and 1 6. De Villiers was there, so the RCB had nothing to worry, and but still there was some way to go. But Corey Anderson lost his stumps to Boult for 15 of 13 balls with 1 6. But Mandeep Singh was there to keep company, and AB de Villiers, once Virat Kohli was gone, he knew only one thing, and that was to really take charge, and he took charge in such a manner that he was completely unstoppable at that stage. As Shahbaz Nadeem, the left-arm spinner, was thrust in, probably sensing that a left-arm spinner might be has been more successful against AB de Villiers, but AB de Villiers dismissed him from his presence by sweeping him for boundaries, and also the way one of the shots that he hit was absolutely, I would say, just dismissed it from his presence when he put him over the square leg region for a wonderful 6. And as I said, AB de Villiers was breathing fire with his bat, and well, he breathed fire, he kept on breathing, and before one could realize, with 2 overs to spare, AB de Villiers was not out on a very hard hitting 90, which came of just 39 deliveries, which included 10 4s and 5 stupendous 6s. Mandeep Singh was there with him for company, not out on 17 of 9 balls, 1 4, 1 6, game over. The game going to game, set and match to RCB, the Royal Challengers Bangalore, as they won the match by 6 wickets. Bowling, Trent Boult 4 overs 1 for 33, but he would be remembered for this very stunning catch that he took off his unnatural hand. Glenn Maxwell 2 overs 1 for 13. Shahbaz Nadeem was pasted by AB de Villiers, 2 overs for 27 runs, no wicket. Morris, as usual, always has this fallibility when it comes to de Villiers. De Villiers has always wielded the long handle very well against Morris. Morris like 4 overs for 43. Patel 3 overs 1 for 33. Tewatia, the leg spinner, could not get a handle at all. 3 overs was gone for 26, and de Villiers very rightly was named man of the match. As I said very quickly, I'm not going to do any preview here. I'm just going to do a sneak peek and tell you as to what's coming tomorrow. That's on Sunday during the weekend in IPL 2018. The match which is coming up, the one match which is coming up is the Chennai Super Kings are taking on the Rajasthan Royals. Now, Rajasthan Royals, I need to tell something about Rajasthan Royals here. Rajasthan Royals, one is really looking forward. One is to Rahul Tripathi. I'm looking forward to seeing Rahul Tripathi open the innings with Ajinkya Rahane first up against Chennai Super Kings. That's one thing. And and by not giving Rahul Tripathi a chance, I think it's a sort of a waste of talent there. Rahul Tripathi definitely deserves at least one or two chances up the order, being an opener based on his IPL 2017 performances where he had a very high strike rate. And I'm also looking forward to seeing Jofra Archer playing tomorrow, because he's another wonderful talent. They have to make way for Jofra Archer as well. The other match which is coming up, which is again going to be another beauty, is going to be the match which is coming up between Sunrisers Hyderabad, who are taking on the Chennai Super Kings in Hyderabad. And that should also be a wonderful game. Now, it will be interesting to see, and I'm told that Shikhar Dhawan could be a doubtful starter. The reason being that he retired hurt, and he's in some peak form. And to me, they already lost the match, as you remember. So for me, it would be very, very interesting and very important that Shikhar Dhawan hopefully recovers pretty quickly. He's recovered by then and he's playing, because right now it's a doubtful starter against the Chennai Super Kings, and that is not good news. I wish Shikhar Dhawan plays, because according to me, he's a vital cog in the scheme of things, and especially considering the fact that he has been in some peak form this season. Well, dear fans, subscribers, there's been always a pleasure bringing you this daily cricket show on a daily basis, and this is your host Ram signing off finally for the day. Thank you.